You want to just do the whole thing from you sitting in a chair?
No.
No.
Are we ready?
We're ready. We are on.
99-5.
Yep. All the fives.
518, Thursday, May 16th.
Thursday.
You can have the biggest Chanel bag if you want it.
The biggest?
Chanel bag if you want it.
The Chanel bag's probably pretty big. The biggest.
Do you want me to make you one? I'll make you a Chanel bag. It'll have Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Chanel material.
All together in one?
Maybe we throw in a little Prada.
Make the bag.
Let's go buy it. I want to walk in and video us buying a bunch of those bags, and then just cut them apart and make fucking quilt bags out of them. People lose their shit.
Oh man, they would lose their fucking shit out of that.
They would lose their fucking mind.
You need to make one for.
We'll just sew on some. We'll sew on some denim. We'll just fucking cut it up, make patches on some pants. Make one for Blade Show. What do you want to make?
I don't know, something. You need to make something for Blade Show because people go nuts for those things.
We
not to sell, but just to get people to be like $10,000.
I'd sell it for $10,000. I was not selling that motherfucker for $2,000 though. I thought $2,000 was too high, and then three guys pulled out $2,000. I'm like, okay, you give me $6,000, you can have it, and you guys can fight over it. Day packs. We'll do day packs because we didn't have day packs at Blade last year.
No,
right?
we did not.
So we'll do some day packs. Let's just make up some logos for some knife companies that don't exist, and they'll be like, "Who's that?" I'll be like, "Oh, you don't know."
Yeah, this is the new hotness.
Yeah, you don't know.
This is the new hotness.
You can't even get one of these knives, but we'll sell you this bag. You might be able to find a knife later, though.
Let's do something that is mixed. Let's do something that is mixed strider custom.
Oh, I like it. Like West Tennessee Knife Makers Association of West Tennessee, the American Dodgeball Association of America.
Let's do something that's mixed strider custom.
Let's do two possums fucking.
That'd be good.
Because what's his name always does the possum thing. You always hear those guys. Let's take our fucking possum. We'll get one. We'll get one of those cat stroller fucking.
I feel like we need to put our possum on some sort of
diet
workout regimen before we take him to a Blade Show. Our possum is a little
obese.
Maybe a little bit.
I think it's its kidneys are failing. It's
high protein. High protein dog food.
We need to put him on a dietary fiber.
Something to lean him up a little bit before we take him on an adventure.
I've been using Run Everything Labs plant-based protein, right?
Okay.
It's not delicious. Like, you drink some protein powders, you're like, oh, fucking banana pie or Oreo cookie. Like, you're like, there's no fucking way this is good for you. It tastes too good. Well, when you drink Rob's protein, you're like, this must be really good for you.
Because it doesn't taste
very earthy.
It's very earthy.
It's very earthy. But you don't fart. You're not hungry. Feel good. Feel strong.
That's good.
Maybe I'll become vegan. You got Rob Bailey vegan, and you have Tad.
Rob Bailey's not vegan.
You have Tad vegan.
Yeah, Rob Bailey's not vegan.
He says he is.
Yeah, I believe Tad. I 100% believe Tad is vegan. Maybe sneaking some stuff. I think maybe he sneaks a little bit. But Rob, I'm sorry, I don't believe that you are vegan. There's no way you're doing what you do with fucking grassroots and weeds. It's just not possible.
He fucking does some cooking videos. You're like, that looks like it smells good. I'm gonna be vegan. For the forklift driver that works for Pepsi, I work for MCC. We did that one.
Yeah, we did that.
Whole Foods, Starbucks, eBay, Nordstrom, GameStop are accepting Bitcoin now. That's cool. I didn't know Bitcoin was even around still. I guess.
Bitcoin actually just recently took a dump. It crashed, but it took a pretty good dump.
It crashed a year ago.
Well, it crashed and then it kind of went back up a bit, and then
it went from like fucking $35,000.
Well, apparently somebody, some shenanigan, it was probably Pierre, stole 40 million bitcoins, and that kind of tanked.
Which was supposed to be unstealable.
Yeah, which is supposed to be unstealable. So it's kind of how do you control something like that if some 12-year-old in his basement can take all your bitcoins?
Following a guy on YouTube on Q and crypto, and he is a fan of BTC SV being the real BTC now, and apparently BTC isn't really scalable for big usage. I don't know what.
Bitcoin. That's all Bitcoin bullshit.
Yeah, but they just keep dividing it. Like, they just keep fractionalizing it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing you need to do. Just look up pyramid scheme. That is what all these cryptocurrencies are. They're pyramid schemes. Yes. If you are the lucky few, it's no different than selling Amway products. If you're the lucky few that get in at the beginning, you're going to make tons of money. But those guys on the end are going to fucking lose out because Bitcoin has nothing backing it up. Tomorrow, if everybody says, yeah, we're not taking Bitcoins, then your millions and millions of dollars of Bitcoin means shit. Just look at all the individuals who made millions and millions of dollars on Bitcoin. Those people that have been buying houses down in Puerto Rico, they converted it into dollars.
Bitcoin SV was created by Dr. Craig Wright, who claims to be Satoshi, who created Bitcoin. BTC, backed in 2008, but has no proof that he did so, and is suing everyone who says much. Currently, Bitcoin BTC almost does as many transactions as MasterCard. I did not know that. AKS74S, yes, he even interviewed the guy. Check out Craig Mason's Reasonable Conversation channel. He does live podcasts on Saturday morning U.S. time. He does a news and question session followed by crypto part, and then usually a special guest that is the same person and just talking chit chat. Right on. Did you guys enjoy the movie Under Siege with Steven Seagal and Tommy Lee Jones? I think the last guy's post of Bring Me Everyone is on reference to Juan Swanson's Bring Me All Your Bacon and Eggs. Got it.
It's actually not. It's from The Professional. At the end of The Professional, when they have him cornered in the apartment, that's what he says.
Here it is. Could it be from Leon?
Yep, that's it.
When the English actor whose name escapes me screams everyone in answer to his mate asking, who should we bring?
God, and that Gary Oldman is actually the actor, and Gary Oldman is fucking awesome.
There's a huge number of guys driving trailers now, and they hit everything. Our wall on the side of our dock is missing about a 10-foot diameter hole from being hit multiple times. I've seen a trailer ripped open from a dude hitting a low bridge and bringing all the product to the store. The front half was leaning about 30 degrees low and damn near fell out of the side. You can always tell the guys with experience by how fast they back those rigs and trailers in. So I drove my small car to Jackson today, and Cody followed me in the Toyota. And in front of me, and I always drive a ways back from the big trucks, you know, because they're going to throw rocks at me.
Throw rocks and all kinds of shit.
I watched this fucking semi-truck come into this semi-truck's lane, and like, dude, they had to be a half inch from fucking hitting. And he realized it and came back. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. I'm slowing down, getting ready to fucking come off on the shoulder. And he comes over, and I'm like, he's going down the embankment. And he fucking just smooths back over and fucking didn't crash.
He must have been in the back making a sandwich.
And then I had to stop and pee. And when I got on the on-ramp, I came on. And the ramp's here, and there's nobody behind me. And I'm just going, and there's fucking semi-trucks. It's only a 2-lane highway in my direction. Semi-trucks rolling. All of a sudden, there's a fucking semi-truck, and he's fucking coming over in my lane. I'm like, what the fuck? I come over, I'm on the shoulder on the rumble, and I don't have a lot of ways to go, like, and he realizes I'm there and moves. Like, I almost fucking got killed twice today on the way to Jackson.
Oh, shit.
Talking about the tankers being split. My dad and grandfather used to drive dump trucks, 18-wheelers, and we had a 1,000-gallon tank that they used to fill their trucks up every night. Dad called and ordered fuel, and they filled 3/4 of the tank with unleaded gas. Dad had already filled his up and was halfway to the rock pit before they figured it out. Dave Duvall says, range story. I belong to a conservation club. They have a pistol and rifle range. The reason they are a private conservation club and not a rifle range is because the law is different in Minnesota for each. Since it is a private club, they can post no trespassing signs and require proof of membership to be on the grounds. This, in turn, allows them not to need locked gates or partitioned ranges like an actual shooting range does. The flip side is that it is rare to see a range officer. They are only around during pre-hunting season sight-ins. They do have HD camera systems. One day, I thought I was going to be on the local news. As I was pulling in, I watched two guys pulling a few rifles out of a van. As I'm pulling my guns out of my truck, I can see this guy pulling his rifle out of the case away from the range, but next to a sign that says, "Do not pull rifles out of cases until approaching firing position." As I'm walking towards the actual shooting range, I see him look down the barrel of his gun. It stopped me in my tracks and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" He mumbled something, and his older son, 25 or so, peeked his head around the van. I went to the farthest lane away from this guy, so as not to get any gray matter on me when he blew his brains out. I pull my rifle out of the case and turn to look, and the fucker does it again. He then sat down, loaded his rifle, and before he pulled the trigger, thankfully only a 10-round mag, he would shout, "Fire in the hole," every single time, like he was using one of those old-timey plunger dynamite detonators. I saw one of those for sale the other day. I immediately packed my shit up and left.
They're great for shocking people.
Yeah, they wanted $5,000 for this one. That's why I didn't buy it.
Must be a real good shocker.
I had just shut the door on my truck, and his son started shooting, and the guy stood behind him shouting, "Fire in the hole," every time before the son pulled the trigger. I have never seen them again. What the fuck?
I like that. I like that fire in the hole shit.
I'm going to sneak over to your house with my fucking bullhorn.
Fire in the hole!
There
better be an explosion afterwards.
Diesel. Once again, a lot of us over here are being shafted. I have a Volkswagen Group engine Audi 3.0 TDI, and it specifically will not run on biodiesel. Indeed, a good friend of mine some years ago put some vegetable oil in his VW transporter van, and bloody bollocks, his engine was one that would not run on oil. He needed a new fuel pump and other work to get the van back working again. Pissing bloody bastard bollocks again, as subjects are stuck in a hurricane of piss with turds for flying debris. I do not know what you just said.
I don't know, but it's
there's a lot of
debris.
There's a lot of fecal stuff going on in Daniel Marshall's.
A lot of fecal stuff.
Here he is again.
Gravity feed. When they did it on Mythbusters, they actually gravity fed that, so it bypassed the fuel pump. So maybe that's your in with the vegetable oil. The other thing is, if you mix it with diesel fuel, it should still work.
You got to filter your fry grease.
Yeah, you definitely need to filter your fry grease.
Now, Jordan Peterson might have spelt that wrong. Really fucking hell, these people need to come here. I'll show them some things that will, I don't know what, but it will be a good laugh watching the results. I'd like to see his podcast YouTube video on his thoughts on that.
I don't know about any of that. I do know we mentioned Jordan Peterson. If you listen to Jordan Peterson's podcast,
you'll be like, it really makes sense.
You cannot. It's kind of like calling Joe Rogan a right-wing extremist. Same thing with Jordan Peterson. There's no right-wing extremist shit in anything that Jordan Peterson talks about. I mean, the most stuff he talks about is theology from a psychiatrist, from a he's not a clinical psychiatrist, is he, maybe? From whatever his perspective is. And there's nothing right-wing about it. I mean, in my world, he's a little bit lefty, or probably more liberal. So, the left, I don't know. That's just a bunch of disgruntled, whiny babies as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, what's that pink stuff in your mouth that your teeth are stuck in?
Oh, my gum?
I think you mean gums.
Maybe. Is that how you say it? Gums? I think it's gum.
It's your gums.
Well, I have a tooth stuck in my gum.
Gums.
No, gums would be, my teeth are in my gums.
So you think Chef was right?
No, Chef is totally wrong.
Even
Gabby got it.
Even Dr. Sherman House said Chef. He literally said Chef is wrong.
Yeah, Chef was totally wrong on that one.
Pierre's ebook on how to buy a car will be a hit, Ed Hubble says. Weapons Junkie says, burning bush was when Moses left Egypt when he was young before he confronted the Pharaoh. I'm pretty sure that the pharaohs, as we think of them, were not present when all that happened. Like, that's a whole different
not as we think of them, because we romanticize what Egypt was actually like.
Liberty Chick says, hey,
at
least I'm still getting content from going directly to the website, clicking on listen here for the podcast, and it's up to 102. But when we were there, you said, keep them coming, guys.
We have not reached 102 yet.
Yeah, we're at 99-5.
Yeah, 99-5.
Got my recent taco sale code order. Very cool little note from John on my sales receipt. Not too many companies, and especially the owner, take the time to do that to me. It's very cool and shows you're appreciated. It means a lot. Thank you, Scott Grossman, man. Thanks for
ordering.
Thanks for ordering, man. Thanks for being a part of what we're doing. Edward Brown. When Pierre's voice goes high, you know the combo's about to get good. That's how you know Pierre's lying. Actually, Pierre, before we come in here, he looks in the mirror and slaps himself in his own face like 10 times. He's like, I cannot tell a lie. I cannot tell a lie. I cannot. He has a chalice, like that metal barbed wire around his leg, and he just like puts it on like a tourniquet, like a windlass. I always buy around 2-year-old cars, generally has 15 to 30,000 miles. And with CPO vehicles, look up Doug DeMuro and his Aston Martin, and Rabbit on VinWiki and his Range Rover. Each had at least 15,000 work done for free. Well, small deductible. If you're smart and take your time, you can really find crazy deals. Be careful with Carfax. They don't haggle, but they also know how to hide things really well. Bring a knowledgeable mechanic body guy. Right on. Evan Dixon says, thanks John and Skully for the awesome podcast. Help the miles go faster driving my homemade camper van back home to North Carolina from Alaska. That's a hell of a drive. Just moved our family out to a rural area on 4 acres with a 3/4 acre spring-fed pond. That's fucking cool, man.
That's awesome.
Need to get a plan on how best to utilize it. Want to move toward at least partial self-sufficiency and build work ethic into ourselves and our kids and grow helping. Looking into permaculture at your suggestion. Any tips? Yes. Don't fucking do anything to the property yet. Have some site surveys done. You need to know your solar aspect through the year. Listen to the Survival Podcast. There's a lot of information on that. And get somebody to come out and do that. We're going to use why can I not think of his name? I just talked to him. He's coming. He's going to be doing some camping with his kid and his family in Tennessee here, and he's going to actually come do a site survey on our property. Why can I not it'll come to me, man. It'll come to me. Send me an email and I'll tell you some guys to get in touch with. Survival Podcast, there's 2,500 episodes. If you don't like the one that you're hearing, just skip forward or backward to the next one. There's a ton of stuff on this. Look up Food Forest. There's a ton of stuff you can do on your property that you can develop that will just become foraging, like nut crops, fruit trees, stuff like that. They're just going to grow. Without you doing very much work at all to them. So you can use them, and if you don't use them, it'll just feed other animals, man. But it's gonna bring everything. When you develop that, everything's going to come, other animals, and there's just look up permaculture, man.
Right now, all I have is armadillos.
Do they do any damage?
Okay, so my backyard.
All the nuts.
They forage through the backyard. They're going after bugs and shit. So they forage through the backyard, and I've walked around. You can walk right up at night. You can walk right up and touch them. Yeah, because they're just sniffing around for bugs.
It reminds me of that thing from Multipass. What's that movie?
Oh,
the chick, she's super hot.
Yeah, Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. It reminds me of that thing.
Yeah.
Those alien suits.
So I've left them alone because they haven't really been doing anything.
It is said that that is the only animal that can pass leprosy to humans.
I've left them alone because they haven't really been doing anything. But recently, had gone in the barn and started digging burrows. So I had a fight with one. And
Fight?
Yeah, and he has not returned to retake the burrow. No, I did not kill him.
Did you fill it with fucking expanding foam?
But I feel like I probably now have to catch him and get rid of him.
Live catch trap him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But then I was like, they all have leprosy. I'm like, I don't know.
Do you have water on your property?
No, not standing. Outside of the little creek.
Why don't you dig a little hole somewhere that holds water? Just on a downhill, it'll fill every time it rains. Like that one, the ones we have in the back. Yeah. Because you could drown him in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
have you ever seen
I just feel like I need to get rid of him.
Have you ever seen a armadillo skeleton?
I have not, but I did see Dukes of Hazzard and that guy wearing armadillo
it's pretty
helmets.
Cool. It's pretty cool. So the shell like comes off, right? It pops off, and it actually has a skeleton inside. So usually when you see a skeleton, it has the shell suspended above it. It's pretty cool. Turtles too are kind of cool that way. So what are you gonna do? How'd you have a fight with him? How'd you make him leave?
Just kept filling in his hole, and then he would dig out, and then fill in his hole, and then
so he was
just keep digging. Yeah, and then I would dig him out further, and then I would fill it back in, and then finally he was just like, "Fuck it, I'm not coming back." Because at night, because they go out at night.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you saw that we hit a log, and like 7 of them came scurrying out of it with a razor. Thanks, John and Skully, for the awesome podcast. Helped me mile. We did that one, didn't we? 3/4 acre span.
Yeah.
Yes. AK and Glock guy. John, Skully, I live in Dallas, Fort Worth. That's where Jack Spearco is, man. You should fucking listen to his show. And have a steady job I kept since I got out of college 13 years ago. I have about 150 acres of family property in Central Texas. That's fucking awesome. The car ride is about 2.5 hours both way. My question is, what should I do with it? Right now, we lease the property to local farmers to run cattle. I feel like there could be more potential with this place. The hard part is the property is located in a small town that is locked in the 1900s economy. If you don't own the only feed store, Dollar General, Ford, Chevy dealership, you won't make it. Small businessmen like restaurants die and dry up all the time. The town doesn't have enough people to support business like that, nor do the people have that sort of discretionary income. What would you guys do with the property besides sell it? Thanks, and keep up the podcast. Could you use it for hunting or fishing? Could you use it to develop some kind of destination? Could you live there and produce something yourself that you could ship elsewhere? Do you not want to live on the property, or do you want to live on the property? You said it's being used for cattle. What kind of is it? Is it growing grass? Are they growing crops, or is it like fucking high desert? Like use it for a game lease maybe? I don't know, man. You didn't tell us anything about the property.
If it's leasing it for cattle, 150 acres is not a lot for cattle, but
and fucking leased property around here is super cheap.
Yeah, but if you're leasing it and it's not costing you anything to lease it, then it kind of doesn't matter. You can just let it sit till you can figure out something better to do with it.
Yeah.
Meaning property taxes. I don't know if the cattle, the leasing should take care of the property taxes. Maybe you make a couple of bucks, but
Nick Ferguson. That's the name of the dude that's going to do the site survey here for the permaculture stuff. Nick Ferguson. And you can find him. The Survival Podcast has a Facebook group you can join, and you will find Nick there. Sorry, unfortunately, all my friends are douchebags. I have even threatened to smack them with my SOE belt if they don't watch. Harley, I'm sure you're joking, but if that's the case, man, those aren't your friends. Like if you're the smartest one, if you're the most motivated one, you're in the wrong fucking room, man. You need to fucking seek something better than that. What Solomon shoes do you like? I like all of them that are black. I'm wearing Speedcross 3s that are old. They have 4s, and now they've got 5s out. I really like any of the S-Lab stuff. It's more expensive. It wears out twice as fast. It weighs half as much, but they fucking look rad. I buy Solomon shoes when I find a pair that I really like. I buy like a dozen pairs of them because inevitably next season they're only going to have like purple or yellow or something fucking crazy. Like, I swear to God, if there's something I really like, if Walmart has chili lime almonds, I'm like, wow, these are really good. Let's go buy some. If I buy a quantity of anything, they cease carrying it.
Every time.
I can give you a list of 100 things I bought in quantity that they just quit carrying. It makes no sense. So, I don't want a hiking boot. I want a sneaker. That's what I wear, the low ones. When I went to REI to get a pair, I was told the sneakers, if worn every day, will make your feet sweat like crazy, and you'll be uncomfortable. Well, somebody's a fucking retard, because I wear them all the fucking time.
That's all John wears.
I'm wearing them now. Every dude in the fucking building's
John
wearing
wears.
them.
I couldn't see how. I don't see how
You're wearing Solomon's right now.
Yeah.
So there's a couple different versions. There's there's the Gore-Tex ones that are all sealed, and then they have the mesh ones. And don't wear, like, if you really want your shoes to last, have 3 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
Wear them for a day or two, and then wear something else for the next day or two. Let them air out. Your feet won't ever smell. The bacteria will fucking die. Use like Smart Wool with silver microbial socks. It kills bacteria. Even spray them. Damn, douse them with Lysol if you have to. Just if you rotate your shoes will last years, man. They really will. I was told if worn every day, they'd make your feet sweat like crazy and you'll be uncomfortable. The majority of that has to do with your socks. I wear wool socks. When I take my shoes off, even if they're sweaty, within a couple minutes, they're completely dry. I don't see you and your guys living like that. Sure, I'm just getting bad info from someone. Have a 14-hour road trip for work today. Keystone RV Center, Green Cattle, Pennsylvania. I like your videos, man. That's fucking cool. Have to take a trailer to upstate Pennsylvania to set up for a customer's permanent site and jump across to the east side of the state to get another unit to bring home. Have SOE tool bag packed in truck as always. Day pack as always and always loaded. SOE grocery bag packed with road food. You would call that survival rations.
Survival rations.
And monster can koozie for keeping my go juice nice and cool. While we're talking about shoes and feet, 3 more things. 1, what socks do you recommend? See, there it is. Smart Wool. 2, any tips about keeping your feet from killing you? Rotate your shoes, man. Just keep good shoes. When my shoes, and Solomon's, if you're on like concrete a lot, the tread's going to wear down. They're like trail running shoes. The rubber is very tacky. We have tile in here, so it doesn't really wear the shoes out. We have commercial like hospital tile. Doesn't really wear them out. But on rough concrete, it will eat these shoes up. When I get my shoes really fucking dirty, or when they start to wear or anything, they just stay at the front door, and those become my outside shoes or my mowing shoes. When I drive one of my nicer cars or something, I wear a different pair of shoes. Like when I go out on the weekends, I wear S-Labs. Those don't ever like go up the hill where the dogs are. They don't ever go out in the woods where the fucking mud is. So that shit's not getting tracked in my cars as much. So that's the key. And it does cost. I mean, we're talking about a $165 pair of shoes. I just looked at a pair because Melinda was asking about them. I just looked at a pair of shoes this morning for Melinda, one of our sewers. So I mean, currently they're $150, $165 if you go on Amazon or REI or anywhere else. Now, if you scroll to the bottom of the page, they usually have other offers. Like you'll see like last year's colors or closeouts, and you can get them a little bit cheaper that way. But if you rotate your shoes, man, it's better for your feet. Skully, tips for keeping your feet from killing you. Skully, we know dry feet, water, and 2 IB tablets.
Yeah, that's about it. Keep them dry.
3, when is the shoe porn patch coming out?
Working on it.
James Snyder says, I would subscribe to a car-centric podcast with Pierre. Reef Kennedy, the car-dedicated podcast could be cool. We were saying we're going to have Dr. Sherman House come on, or we'll just we'll just take questions for the doctor, the good doctor.
Yeah, the good doctor.
And we can just video chat with him or have him appear, but we'll do it like the Stig. He'll have to wear a helmet so you won't know that it's really Dr. House.
We should do that with Pierre, too. Make him wear a helmet and then just start asking him car questions.
I don't think I have a helmet big enough for Pierre's head. He's got a really unusually large head.
Just start asking him car questions.
The car dedicated podcast could be cool. There's a dude here named Truth Be Told.
Yeah, Truth Be Told. That motherfucker.
Truth be told, I heard from a higher power, if these podcasts get 503 likes or more and are shared 503 times or more, the podcast may continue to 503 or more, but it's up to us. So like, share, subscribe. Who is that?
I have no idea.
Is it Gabby?
I thought it was Josh, but it's not.
Is it really not?
It's not, yeah.
Joshua Bender. Hey guys, I'm Joshua Bryan on Facebook. Can't use my full name on Facebook because I'm a corrections officer. Thanks for taking the time on these podcasts. I'm listening to them in order. I'm on episode 67. Thanks for the kick-ass gear. I posted a tool bag loadout video, and my plan is to do a gym bag next, followed by clothes bag and visor cover. Next purchase and video will be a Typhon Toxic Fupa. I don't think we've ever made any colored thread fupas.
I don't think so either.
Keep kicking ass, and Skully, thank you for your 20 selfless service years, Staff Sergeant.
I wasn't very selfless. I was very selfish in my 20 years.
Rob Preedmore. Hey John, if you enjoy audiobooks, I urge you to check this one. And then he gives no link. No, it's on the next page. What fucking... I don't even know what to tell people this
Something
is.
about
Cold Case Christianity.
Cold Case Christianity audiobook.
Brian Lucas. What's up, guys? Do either of you smoke cigars? If so, I have never smoked a cigar. I own hundreds of cigars. People think that I want expensive cigars. I guess I do. I like them. I like humidors and all the cigar shit. I've just never smoked a cigar. Although people have sent me cases of cigars, and when I've given them to people that smoke cigars, they're like, holy fuck, these are like $80 a piece cigars. Are you sure you want to give me that? Yes, I want you to have this. Here's one. What up, guys? Do either awesome podcast, guys. Keep up the good work. Thanks, James Blackwell. The Murgatroyd. What episode was it that you guys talked about Chris Osmond? Fuck, I have no idea. Molly Hohensee. Molly. I am looking for Molly. Molly says, burning bush story. Me banging my head against the table later. Me, there were 10 fucking plagues. What the fuck, Molly?
I don't know, but...
Molly, you should be a Sunday school teacher. You'd be great around all them little bastards. You know Molly. That's Josh Hohensee's woman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Actually, Josh is her
man.
Her man. She owns Josh. It's not the other way around.
I believe it.
You want a K5 Blazer? It's red.
No, I do not.
Josh has one for sale. It's pretty nice.
The red ones burn up.
Sometimes. Only if you let Josh around.
The red one, Rutherford. The red ones burn
Josh
up.
will burn your truck to the ground with a cigar. Brandon Sweeney. Hey, Brandon, man, we ship something to you every day. Thank you for your orders, man. Hey, John and crew, I recently received an awesome SOE card 2 days after my birthday. Thank you so much for the card and great discount code. I was truly blown away. I shared it on Facebook and Instagram, showing everyone I know how awesome the entire SOE crew is. I instantly ordered the sling bag in multicam black to match my new Catanico multicam black rain shorts. Thanks again for everything you do. P.S. Gray State. I thought it was completely possible and crazy what happened to the film. Isn't that fucking insane? It's fucking pretty wild, man. The circumstances around his death and shit that happened. And that's it.
That's it. All right. We will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to use our...
Soap?
No, what's
deodorant.
The little thing in the bottom of our page?
Like and subscribe. Amazon link.
Amazon link. Don't forget to use our Amazon link. That's not it, is it? There's more. There has to be.
That's the shortest podcast we've done.
I was just kidding. I thought there was more.
No, that's it. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What's with the picture? You said you were going to read.
Okay. Here's some stuff I've been sitting on. John, FSC Craven, U.S. Army here. Thought you would like to know that I have made this purchase and have named my platoon based upon an interaction I had with your company and its policies a few years back. we can discuss later if you wish. Anyway, Rooster Platoon is proud to adopt the combat cock as its official mascot and would like to send you pictures of the combat cock out here fighting the war with us. Can't wait for their arrival. And I believe we sent them a box of like 12 combat cocks. There's a picture of the platoon.
Cool.
This says read on video. I'll be honest. The reason why I'm writing you is to tell you that your rant videos about little pussies who can't read your shipping or turnaround times is what made me want to buy from your company. I was debating between a few companies, but when I came across these gems, I knew that SOE was the company for me. Thanks for being you, and I will be ordering a chest rig as soon as I can. Already ordered a rigger's belt. Keep up the good work, keeping those bitches in check. And that is from Jeremiah Hubbard.
What do we got? Chest rigs. We got some chest rigs in there right now, don't we? Black and Coyote.
Chest rigs?
Stacked chest rigs? No, what are those? Stacked? What are
we have NSW chest rigs. We have Mookie War Light chest rigs, every version.
What's the... It's
a 8 mag stacked and AKM4 chest rigs. Might work good for the gym. Read on video. Check out Toolholic on Instagram, Canadian Finnish Carpenter, and Tool Pig. Both do tons of reviews and speak highly of Makita. Love all the brands. Usually they will have multiple brands. Whoever makes the best tool in that category, they get it. I have done the same around my house. Grab what's a great deal. Yellow, red, blue, whatever. They're all good these days. Makita has been leading for a few years. Other companies are just catching them on the brushless and other technologies. Makita is Japanese based, so the tech is top notch.
Yeah,
that's
probably
the big thing with like the XR.
Yeah.
The DeWalt, the XR series or XRP series or whatever it is, that's all brushless shit. So the batteries last way fucking longer. Did you get the payment? I don't know why this is here. What is this? You paid with an email. It has not cleared. Some dude, where's my shit? Oh, I love these guys. Pelter headband wrap.
It's always... Or a shotgun card.
Pelter headband wrap. I never received a tracking number or shipping notification from you. Is there any way I can get this? So, I remember this. Hey, I need this thing really fast.
Okay.
Okay, what thing? You know, the thing. What thing? You know, that thing. The thing.
The thing.
So it turns out he needs a Pelter wrap. I'm like, yeah, we got him. Just order it. It'll ship today or tomorrow. So he orders it and pays with a fucking e-check. Yeah, it's some shit through PayPal. It's an e-check, so it has to pull the money from his account to put it into his PayPal. It's like a 10-day process because he doesn't fucking keep any money in his PayPal, whatever. So then he's like, hey, I ordered this. I placed my order, but I didn't get a tracking number. I'm like, okay, who the fuck are you? What's your order number? So it turns out you paid with an email, you paid with an e-check. It is not cleared, so we don't have the funds. I told you the order would ship Monday. It, in fact, was boxed on Monday, but the system won't allow it to print shipping. Looking at it now, it shows unpaid. It still says processing on my PayPal. I just checked it. I don't know what would be holding it up. I'll look into it and let you know. And then he comes back with, did you get payment? I just want to make sure it was processed. This went back and forth. Like, I don't know why I have this to read it. But, like, we went back and forth with this dude, like, a dozen times over this shit.
Please make it as complicated as possible whenever ordering anything.
I love it when a dude, like, needs this thing in a hurry and then fucking pays in the most fucking obscure manner possible and then wonders why his shit hasn't shipped. Like, it's checks and balances. It's an automated system. Like, it literally won't let us fucking ship your bullshit because we don't have your goddamn money.
Yeah, we don't have your money. And we can't go into your bank and we can't do any of that shit.
I love it when dudes are like, well, you had no problem taking my money. I didn't take your money. I don't even know what your fucking credit card number is.
Yeah.
You gave us your money. You gave us your money so, in fact, you gave us your money so much so that you had to fucking push, confirm, yes, I agree, yes, I'm sure, like 10 fucking times to give me your money. And you did it while I was asleep. I love them guys.
Oh, you took my money.
You took my money.
We didn't ask you for your money.
Yeah, you didn't come here. I didn't go out to your car and fucking take your money from me.
My hand's not in your wallet.
All right, that's it.
Oh, man, that was a short one. You guys are...
We might not have to do these anymore.
Could we just do the last one where we just come in here and stare at the camera for an hour?
I'm good with it.
Just stare at the camera for an hour?
We can eat cookies.
Do
you know there's cake out there?
There's no fucking cake out there.
He brought a sampler. It's like in a bundt cake. There's 4 kinds. There's chocolate. There's lemon. There's like a delicious buttermilk and some kind of cinnamon with like a glaze.
Where the fuck did he get a
sampler? And I know it's there because I ate part of all of them.
Oh, man.
You can eat off the other end.
You're in fucking training, man. Stop that.
But I'm taking this stuff. So it's called a carb petitioner.
Oh, it's a petitioner.
It puts the carbs into your muscle so that you can utilize them and better absorb protein.
Carb petitioner.
Carb petitioner. I don't know if it works, but I really like eating cake.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds exactly like Illustra.
Oh. It may cause severe anal seepage.
Yeah, that sounds like
all the fucking chips I want.
Yep, all the chips you want.
And when I'm done eating... So watermelon. You know watermelon has 7 grams of sugar.
I mean, I feel like
per cup, right? And I
feel like I should know that, but
I'm like, Chef, how much? What's a cup look like? He's like,
yeah.
I go, so how many cups am I eating? He's like, 10. I go, well, how much sugar's in a soda? So really,
oh my God, all of it.
Yeah. So I eat like when I eat watermelon, I eat half a watermelon. He's like, well, you're probably drinking like half of a soda when you eat the watermelon. I go, that's fine. I eat popcorn with it. It just pushes it right through.
Push it right through. If it never sits anywhere.
I'm good. I'm working out 3 times a day. I can have some.
If it never sits anywhere, it can't hurt you.
And cake. Let's go eat some cake.